Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kendall Reynolds, and I'll be giving you a brief presentation on communication and teamwork in the workplace and everyday life. Some of the sources that I used when putting together this presentation was dictionary.com, Wikipedia, YouTube, and smallbusiness.com. What is communication? Everyone has their own definition of communication, which is properly putting out information, informing someone what you want, how you want it, when you want it, and the time that you need it back. According to dictionary.com, communication is the act of instance of transitioning and putting out oral message. Depending on what you do for a living, a lot of you probably have to communicate a lot with different people, meaning someone who's higher ranking than you or someone that's farther up in the ladder than you. So if you're not properly informed on what that person wants, it can lead to the mission not being done or the task not being completed, and then it could cause you not to meet your deadlines. There are two forms of communication that I'll be talking to you about today. One is verbal, which is the act of actually speaking, which is what I'm doing with you now. And one is nonverbal, the act of using your hands to let someone know what you want, whether it's like numbers or making facial expressions, hand gestures, things like that. This is a quick video or example of nonverbal communication. In the clip, there's a guy who's not able to speak, so he decides to use his hands to express himself and order a coffee. Well, of course, the guy who he's talking to is not very good at understanding sign language, so he leaves the coffee shop with 6 or 7 different coffees and food and everything else except for what he actually went there to get. And as you can see, he starts to get very frustrated. And then the guy who's taking the order is trying everything in his power to actually figure out what he's talking about. And he's also confused as well because he's not properly putting himself out, explaining himself. But that's only because he can't talk and he has someone who can't interpret hand gestures, and it just makes everything all wrong. Here we have pictures of people using verbal non-communication. We have two people up top, a green guy and a blue guy, and they're actually conversing with one another. The guy in the green is actually telling the guy in the blue what he wants, and as you can see, his ears is lighting up. That shows you that he's actually listening and he's understanding what he's saying. And the guy in the green, his mouth is lighting up because it's showing that, hey, I actually know what I want, I'm telling you what I want, and I'm putting it to you when you can actually understand it. At the bottom, it examples of different forms of communication. You have two co-workers talking, you have a person on the phone, you have a person reading a letter, you have a person blowing a horn at someone who's in front of him because he wants him to get out of his way. What is the importance of communication in the workplace? It's very important to properly put out what you want, because if not, then you can lead people down the wrong path. You can have people not really knowing what you want. For example, I can say, hey, give me 2 red ink things. And if I didn't properly say I need 2 red pens, or 2 red socks, or 2 red shoes, and then one you will come out with maybe 2 red earrings, and if that's not what I want, and then it causes frustration because like you probably took all day trying to find those 2 red items, and because I didn't say exactly what I wanted, and you come back with something that I didn't want, it that leaves me frustrated because now I don't have the product that I need, and it leaves you frustrated because now you're left wasting more of your time to try to figure out what I want and try to find what I want. What is teamwork? Teamwork is the act of working together in a group of 2 or more or up to 5, 6 people. Teamwork is also a big part of any cooperation or job because you may have people who really don't want to do their part. And then that causes problems within the team, and then that stops the team from being able to properly do what they need to do as a whole. The importance of teamwork. Teamwork is very crucial in the business world and everyday world. Whether it's in your marriage, because sometimes you have to give and take. Sometimes your spouse may want something this way, you may want another. And if you don't really communicate and don't get it together, then it's more like you're fighting against each other instead of working together to get that actual goal completed. is a quick example of teamwork. It is a small video and it shows a group of people who are sitting around a little pot, and it's like 6 feet deep. There's a hole around the middle, and they all have long spoons in order to get to the soup. Well, they're all weak because none of them actually have grasped the concept of teamwork. So in the midst of it, one of the guys get upset because he's not getting as much soup as he feels like he should get because he's putting in more work. So he decides to slap the spoon out of another one of his teammates' hand, which causes him not to be able to eat at all, which starts a big fight. And then one person takes it upon herself to be the bigger person, and she steps out, and she actually scoops her spoon and offers to feed the other guy. Well, she's also weak as well, so her arms begin to shake, and then that's when everybody grabs. In order for us all to eat, we all have to work together. And that's when they all work together by putting their spoons under her spoons or her hand up to make sure that he eats, and then they proceed to feed each other. And they all become strong, they get their color back, and they're able to work together and get the job done. Effective teamwork and communication. Teamwork and communication go hand in hand. If we're not communicating and we're not working together, then where does it leave us? We're all out there by ourselves, and we'll never get anything accomplished in life, and we'll never make it to the next step in life. So if I'm trying to achieve a goal, and we're trying to achieve that same goal, why not work together? Why not divide the workload up and get it all done in a proper manner? Instead of just trying to take it on by yourself, or you have that one coworker who say, oh, that's not my job, so I'm not doing it. And instead, you do it all together, and then there you go, you have to find a product, you meet the deadline, and then you're good. The effects of bad communication and teamwork. Bad communication can lead employees not knowing what to do. Bad teamwork can lead other employees not wanting to work with you anymore, which can also cause conflicts, where people start talking about one another, people not wanting to deal with you when they see you coming, they turn your back, or they're going back to the manager saying, oh, well, she's not this, or she's not doing that, and then there you are, and then the office is divided. Any questions? In conclusion, teamwork and communication is something that we use in everyday life. Whether you're married, you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, whether with your kids, or any other thing that comes your way in life. So until you grasp the concept of putting those two things together, you will never make it in life.